What is up, everyone, and welcome to the Random Encounter Podcast, episode 160. Yes, we're back. Happy New Year's, everyone. I'm your host, James, and I'm joined by the Just Fear Master, the Dominant himself, Brian.
Live from the freezer lair.
And of course, we got the great Ace Attorney, the lawyer you need to call whenever you need help. Ask to destroy him. I'm just kidding. He's not a real lawyer, but yeah.
Thank God. But live from La Roy.
Oh, looks like you got a little competition now of being live.
That's my bet, man. That's my bet. You come up with your own bet.
Too bad. he never copyrighted it, man. What's going on?
It's called the Random Encounter Brotherhood copyright, dog.
And we got the return of the great fanboy himself, Phaneckswhy.
What's up, guys? It's good to be back.
Yes, welcome
See, look
back.
at fan being
welcome
all
back.
original.
It's nice to have all
It's been
four
a
of us
while.
here again. Yeah, it's been a while. It's like every episode you were gone, I was like, man, it's not the same. We're incomplete. It's like Voltron,
The
right?
missing
Voltron without like one
ingredients. arm
arm or one leg. I don't even know if our listeners even know who Voltron is. I assume they would because we talk a lot about
You say
older
Power
stuff.
Rangers too.
I'm pretty
Rangers
sure
too.
everybody does. I'm pretty sure everybody does, including I. I just don't watch Voltron or Gundam.
The new
or anything.
Voltron was pretty
Everyone,
cool.
everyone should know Voltron because they rebooted it on Netflix.
Yeah, and it was good.
Like in the 2000s. It was a really good reboot.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you guys watch it?
I did.
I didn't.
No. How about you, Ash?
Oh
No?
no. Like I said, I never seen Voltron, but I know what it is.
So yeah, the reboot
singles
of
for Gundam. So
the reboot of Voltron, I think, was done, if I remember correctly. It was written by the people who wrote Young Justice, and it was animated by the people who animated Avatar: The Last Airbender. So it was really, really good. I enjoyed it, and yeah, it was different. They had a lot of like, not tie-ins. What would you call it? Like homages to like the original Voltron series, which was pretty
Easter
cool.
eggs.
Easter eggs.
Yeah, Easter eggs and stuff. It was a lot of like, they changed some of it, but there was still a lot of like homages, and
Nods to
I
the
like how
original, yeah.
exactly. I liked how they did kind of their own thing by still paying respect to the original source material. That's the way
Kind
you
of
get
on
it done.
an kind of a related note, Gundam Wing Endless Waltz and the movie for Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans is coming
Oh,
in
yeah, I did
like
see
8
that.
days to theaters. So I got my ticket to go see Endless Waltz, which is a fantastic movie, by the way.
Yes,
You've seen it?
yes, I love Endless
Yeah,
Waltz.
I
I'm a
love it.
huge Gundam
Endless
fan,
Waltz is so good. Yeah. I'm trying to get my girlfriend to watch Gundam Wing, and she's not going to do it. We started watching Iron Blooded Orphans, which is
Yeah.
surprising she's into that because I find it a little harder. Have you seen Iron Blooded Orphans?
Yeah, I love Iron
Yep.
Blood
Okay,
Orphans.
like,
Oh, it's great.
For the
Hardcore.
first couple episodes, it's a little hard to pick up on everything, but apparently as you go on, it gets a lot easier, like to understand what's going on or whatever. Whereas Gundam Wing is just like so immediately, just like it's kind of like there's some things that are kind of weird about Gundam Wing because it's like 30 years old and there's some melodrama and stuff, but when it hits, man, it hits hard. Like, Endless Waltz, when Hero goes inside of Wing Zero and he catches it in space, like it's so metal, like it doesn't
Yeah.
get better than that.
If there is
Anyway,
an
so we're saying
anime
that.
that deserves an update, just like a redrawing to like update
Oh my
it in
God,
terms of the
yes.
graphics, that would be the one to do it.
Oh,
Like-
that'd be dude.
There's an anime that I just watched called like the assassin is like, it's the title is called like I'm an assassin who's like stronger than the hero. Like that's a weird title, but that's the title of it. The drawing style is very reminiscent of like 90s anime, but it's like clear and clean in today's like digital world. So
Well,
it'd be
they did
interesting to see them do that.
they did a video. It was like an anniversary video of Gundam Wing where they
Yeah, I saw
redrew
that.
some of the scenes. But what got people so happy is, so Gundam Wing doesn't end at Endless Waltz. There's actually like a four book series that continues the end of Gundam Wing, and there's a new version of Wing Zero in there. So like at the end of that teaser, they actually animate some of the scenes from there because I think it has Wu Fei's sister, I think it is, in there.
I
Yeah,
didn't know he
'cause-
had a sister.
yeah, so he has a sister who's very important. And they show Wu Fei's sister because at first it got me tripped out. I was like, wait a minute, is that Wu Fei? And I was like, no, that's a female. Like who is that? But it's Wu Fei's sister who's super important in this series. I've never read it. But like I looked up and I started reading up about it because I saw this. I was like, wait a minute, like Hiro has like a different outfit and it looks cool. Wing Zero looks totally different. So does like Heavy Arms, Death Siphon, all the other like Gundams. Like, wait a minute, there's something going on here. But yeah, there's another like sequel to Endless Waltz, and I was hoping they were gonna animate that because it looked really good. Watch the 30th anniversary like video or whatever it was, like whatever it is, 35th anniversary, whatever. I don't remember how many years, but watch that video, and at the
30.
end,
It came out in 95.
okay, so 30. So the 30th anniversary
Feel
video,
old.
and at the end of like that little video, after you see all the Endless Waltz stuff, you'll see all the new stuff. I just can't remember what it's called. But yeah, you can Google search that. All that. So
Yeah, not to be a Gundam podcast or whatever, but I agree with Fan. I mean, the mecha designs in Endless Waltz are S tier.
Top tier.
They're so good. Oh my god, they're so freaking good. And that series could do with like a full because if you go on Disney Plus, you can watch it. I'm pretty sure it's 4K. The quality is absolutely fantastic on
Gundam
Disney
Wings?
Plus.
Gundam Wings in Disney on Disney
Or
Plus?
it's Hulu, Disney Plus,
Oh, okay.
whatever, because they're like connected or whatever.
Mhm.
But the dub and the sub is on Hulu, and it's perfect quality. It has to be
The dub is
4K or it's
amazing.
close to it. The dub is great. R.I.P. What's his name? Kirby Moreau, who played Troa. He unfortunately ended his life a few years ago.
Yeah.
Just I was watching that on Disney Plus, and I could just imagine them redoing it, or Hulu. I could just imagine them redoing it and like bringing back all the VAs that they possibly could. Like Zex's VA is very good. Heroes is. Relina is kind of a weird character. I think her VA does as well as she can. But anyway, so go check out Gundam Wing. I watched a few episodes over the last couple of days, and I'm like, God, this show is good. I wish they'd redo it, man. That'd be so awesome.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Dual Maxwell's voice is also like very iconic.
Which is strange, like because like he's got the long braid, right?
Yeah.
In his like profile, he's designated as American. His ethnicity.
Yep.
Like, which that's not the hairstyle you would imagine an American person having in like around.
His clothes really aren't that American either. Like
exactly. He's more Southeast Asian.
Yeah.
Or like just in that region. Like he's closer to freaking Wu Fei.
Yeah.
Because Wu Fei's Chinese, right? And then Cat's supposed to be like Middle Eastern, and then Troa's supposed to be like French.
Hero's Japanese, but he
and then Duo's American.
Working like wearing sweat like a
that's that's American attire,
which is more American than anything. Yeah. And then
Troa's French, right?
I don't know.
Because like he does the circus thing, it's all very French seeming. So I don't know.
But yeah, like Hero,
Troy
like
was it Troy Barton?
The whole wing thing, you would think
Troy
Barton,
Barton, yeah.
Like Gundam Wing being like with the wings, it's more like Angel, and that's more Western.
Yeah.
So you would think he would have the American background, but obviously he's the main character. So like Japan ain't gonna make him American.
Man, yeah, made me want to rewatch Gundam Wing now.
Oh yeah, dude, totally.
I'm about to binge it. It's such a good.
It's short too. It's not that long.
It is. I like all Gundam. Like I think the only Gundam series I haven't seen is
I haven't watched a new one. It's like
I haven't watched
Q.
Yeah,
the which one?
The beginning is amazing of that one because it's like an alternate universe. Mobile Suit Gundam, like
the original
Mobile Suit Gundam. Yeah. And those were the best. Like the first episode was kind of You get to episode 2 and 3 that does the recap. You're like, whoa, this is amazing. And then after that, I don't know what happens because I stopped watching. But like I haven't watched that one or finished watching that one. I haven't watched Gundam Witch of Mercury. And there's some other weird Gundam that I haven't watched. I forgot what the name of it is. I remember watching like one episode, like this is kind of awkward. I don't really want to watch this. But every other Gundam series I've watched, and they're all amazing. I would like the original Gundam to be redrawn, but I think the voice actor to Amuro passed away. I remember too, the English voice actor who did a good job. He also did Setsuna's English voice actor, which was interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did Setsuna's English voice actor. He did a good job because Amuro's more of like a whiny, like I don't want to say whiny crybaby, but like he sounds like a whiny crybaby. But then Setsuna's more of a I am Gundam, that's all he says there. So.
What's the Gundam where they're like in a cockpit and they're fighting, like they're actually like standing and fighting?
G Gundam? Yeah.
G Gundam, okay.
I've seen that
that
like
one's
on Toonami
amazing.
or something a million years ago.
Yeah, Tequila Gundam from Mexico. Yeah, he's that's literally they had some crazy stereotypical Gundams in it, and I love it. Like Tequila Gundams from Mexico has sombrero
That's a
and
cool
everything.
name. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that's a cool name.
But
Yep.
the problem was like the German Gundam was a ninja.
Oh yeah, there was some weird like things
Weird
going
ones that
on.
made no sense. The German Gundam was a ninja.
There was some other ones. I forgot what they were, but it was called like G Gundam was pretty cool. I liked it, and they all like went Super Saiyan and stuff, which was kind of interesting. All right, but yeah, we are not a Gundam
Anyway.
podcast, but I do recommend watching the Gundam series. Very, very good stuff. Very
I'll
good
watch
mecha
it for
stuff.
Tequila Gundam. That's actually funny to me.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's well worth it. G Gundam has some interesting Gundam names and interesting Gundams, and every Gundam is very stereotyped because each Gundam comes from a different country, and it's like it's
It's
all
world fighting.
stereotypical.
It's like a world fight. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think I forgot what the name of the Gundam from America is, but he's like a boxing Gundam.
The Cheese Gundam.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Yeah. There's what is it? The Chinese Gundam is a
Hamburger
dragon.
Gundam.
Like it was basically
Yeah, which had
Wu-Fei's
dragon
Gundam.
arms, which
Yep.
is basically a two-faced Gundam.
What was the other one? There's other ones. Yeah.
The French one
anyways.
was like a fencer.
Oh yeah, the French one was a fencer. Yep, that's right. And there's a second Japanese Gundam. It's the girl that rides around with Domon. It has like the sailor outfit, like basically Sailor Moon outfit. It's basically Sailor Moon, but in Gundam form, which is interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about our gaming stuff. Happy New Year. We are in 2026, and this year it's almost a little bit scary when it comes to gaming. Even outside of gaming as well. But like there's a lot of things to kind of look forward to, and we're gonna be talking about that later on in the podcast. But I don't know. There can be a positive, there could be a negative when it comes to the gaming side of things. Which is sad. But we're also going to go ahead and highlight our most anticipated games. I can't say that word right now. Of 2026. But before we get into that, as always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Follow over on Twitch. We are going to go ahead and start with a recap of 2025 and talk about what were our favorite games of 2025. Does everybody have their list already made?
Yep.
Does anybody want to go first, or you want me to start it off?
I'll go first since
All right.
I was kind of like last minute on this.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you want to go like I go for my third, then James go for your third, Fan goes for his third, Ash goes for his third, or do you want to do like Fan will do 3, 2, 1, then you do 3, 2, 1? Do you know what I mean? Like, do you want to go around the horn for three? And
I think we should just like each person just go 3, 2, 1, and then we can kind of discuss discuss it.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of some people are gonna have some overlaps. So I think it'd be better if we each just say 3, 2, like our 3, 2, 1s.
And then I can say like maybe that's my number 3 too. We kind of maybe kill two birds or something maybe. Okay.
Yeah, and then we can kind of go over like the decisions on that. But
I'll
go first. So my 3, I have a tie for 3 because they're very similar games. It's gonna be Ninja Gaiden, Ragebound, and Shinobi Age of Vengeance because they're very similar. Yeah, Art of Vengeance, but they're very similar. Gameplay's kind of the same, almost, but not really. They've got different mechanics, but that's why they're kind of like there. It's one of those games I can just pick up, play for a little bit.
Did you get Shinobi on Switch or on PC?
2. I got Switch 2.
Switch 2? Okay. There's a Switch 2 version?
Like, well, I mean, I just bought whatever was on the eShop.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I'll look for you, James.
And then, my freaking number 2. When did this game come out? Oh god, I'm stuck now.
What game?
Crap. My brain is skipping. I know my number 1 was Claire Obscure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just trying to think of what my number 2 was going to be, but I had a brain fart on what my number 2 was because I know, like, I thought it came out in 2025. I'm like, no, it didn't. It came out way later, way earlier. Let's just do that. Those are my 3.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, on Switch 2, there's
like Donkey Kong
like,
Bonanza,
I haven't been playing
or Mario Kart World.
I've been playing that. I've been playing Prime 4, but like, it's just not one of those where like I'll always go back to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the games that I'll always go back is Claire and Tears of the Kingdom and the Ninja Gaiden and Shinobi. Like I'll just pick those up and just play randomly, and I'll just keep going. That's how I like dictate my top. Is that ones that I'll always go back to.
Okay. Who wants to go next? Then I guess we're just gonna read it off and then we'll continue. At the end, we'll do the whole discussion.
Okay.
Yeah.
So funnily enough, my number 3 was going to be Shinobi Art of Vengeance, up until about 4 or 5 days ago, because I just started really hammering into Shinobi like last weekend, and I think it's a really exceptional game. As a fan, obviously agrees. It's I don't want to get too much into it because he kind of already touched on it, but I agree with his sentiment that it is so much better than I thought it was going to be. Like I thought it was going to be fun or whatever, but I mean, between the graphics and the action and the Metroidvania stuff, like it is really a cool game. But my number 3, surprisingly, it finally hit for me. Finally, after all this time,
I know,
Donkey
right?
Kong Bonanza, number
Yeah.
3. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it like finally, like it's still not, I still think it's overrated as hell. I do. I don't think it's like IGN gives it a 10 out of 10. Like, no, I don't feel that way about it. I'm enjoying it to the point where I almost getting to the point where I don't want it to end because I think I'm getting close to the end. I'm like, oh man, like I'm kind of having fun with this. I don't really want it to end. The only real slights I have against it are, and I've mentioned it before, the environmental destructibility is cool and it's satisfying, but it gets me really kind of revved up with my OCD where I just like want to break through and destroy everything and get everything that's collectible. And you just do that. Like I could do that for like an hour and not make any progress, just go around collecting all the fossils and all the gold. And I have like 5 million gold and I'm never going to use it in the game, but I still feel compelled to get it anyways. It's so stupid, but it's just something in my brain. I think that the main characters that are, or like I don't know if you call them main characters, but they're the main like population or like the side characters in the game, those fractones. I think they're really basic looking and really uninspired. I think they kind of seem lazy to me. They're not very interesting looking. On the other hand, I think all the races look really cool, like the zebras and the elephants, and obviously Donkey Kong and the apes and what else? But like all the other animals in it are very cool, very detailed, and everything like that. And the environments look gorgeous too. And aesthetic is very nice, and it's all very shiny, and the textures are great. Like I'm not really a big watermelon guy, but I was playing in this level where I was like carving out a watermelon. I'm like, dude, I kind of want some watermelon right now. Like just the way you like hammer through it, and it's all sloshy. I'm like, oh man, I want to get some watermelon now. So finally, it started hitting for me when I got to the freeze world because there's some cool puzzles that are involved with some physics and stuff, and the boss battles are kind of satisfying and everything. And you know what? I finished Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, which I'm sure we'll talk about a little later on in the podcast, and that kind of made me appreciate Donkey Kong Bonanza more, I guess. So that's my number 3. Number 2 is going to be Death Stranding 2 on the beach. I've kind of talked about that a lot on the podcast as I went through it and did my platinum run for it and everything. It didn't hit as hard for me as Death Stranding did. Pretty much from any perspective, the only storyline that really kind of got me emotionally was involving Tomorrow. That played by Elle Fanning. That was a really cool storyline. It had a lot of really cool moments to it. The world was really cool. There was a lot of grinding to get that platinum, a lot more than I typically am okay with, but I had to because I platinum Death Stranding twice, so I just kind of felt compelled to do that. Some good combat, some cool boss battles, some story beats that were kind of recycled from Death Stranding, the first one, that I didn't really care for, that they just pretty much redid it again. But I liked it overall. It was a really great game, another great Kojima game. I'm looking forward to seeing if he does a third one because I think he kind of puts an Easter egg, but kind of how he wants to continue it at the end of it. So then my top game of 2025 is
Oh boy, here it comes.
Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. No, I'm kidding. Absolutely not.
Yeah, it's definitely Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yeah, definitely Monster Hunter Wilds. No, it is Claire Obscure Expedition 33, to the surprise of no one. I can't speak more highly about this game. It's one of those things where every time I think about it, I just remember how incredible it is. It's not something that's kind of fading with time. It's something that is actually making me appreciate more with time. And unfortunately, I feel like there's this big movement on the internet right now to just kind of slam it and put it to ground, to hate on it because it's like the cool thing to hate because it's just very because I don't know, it's just kind of gotten a lot of mainstream appeal and it's very popular. So therefore, the contrarians of the internet want to just like say bad things about it.
Yeah.
And I just don't get where it comes from, because the soundtrack is incredible. I mean, even they had the Steam Awards or whatever, and Silk Song won Game of the Year, and the only award that Claire won was soundtrack, which I'm glad, I guess, the internet can acknowledge the game has a banging soundtrack. But I mean, it was made by a studio that the internet is saying they don't want the opposite of what that studio is, being successful. I mean, Sandrock is a small developer. They made the game on a shoestring budget. It is a pure RPG. There was that little bit of controversy with the AI thing, which I think is kind of a nothing burger. But beyond that, it is everything that the internet says it wants, yet the internet wants to slam it because it has mainstream success. Drives me a little crazy, because, I mean, you think about the game that everybody loved, that I can't think of anybody saying anything critical about, it was Baldur's Gate 3, which, that won all the awards in 2023, and it's not a game for me. But I recognize how incredibly well made it is, and how deep it is, and how much stuff there is in it, and how the talent that it takes to make a game like that. And I just acknowledge, though, that it's a me problem. I can't get into it. Either I'm not smart enough, or it overwhelms me too much, or it's just not interesting to me in some ways. But I acknowledge how amazing it is. It's just not for me. And I just wish that people that hate on Clear Obscure could just kind of have a similar thing and not care that it has mainstream success, and just be like, yo, like, the game has a great soundtrack, amazing battle system, a really beautiful, emotionally resonant story, a cool aesthetic. All these things that the developer isn't like a, billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars developer with tens of thousands of Chinese bots, workers and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's a real, like, art project, and they made it from like a Reddit post and stuff like that. And they're just getting all this hate right now, and it's like cool to hate on them, and it really bums me out. And I'm not saying there probably aren't some cringe Clear Obscure fans out there that don't know what they're talking about. Like, obviously that's probably the case, but I don't know. I think the game deserves its props. If you want to hear my thoughts more on Clear Obscure, to get into the nitty gritty of it, you can listen to pretty much any episode of this podcast in the last, year, and I'll talk about it. But yeah. I just remember when they showed it at the Xbox conference, and immediately just being like, okay, I know I'm going to love this game. Now, did I know at the time that I was going to love it as much as I do? No. But I knew it was going to be special, and I was right. That the game, it's my favorite game as of right now. January 4th. 2025 or 2026, it is my favorite game of all time. So that says everything.
Nice. All right, Ash. Now you.
Okay. All right. So, can't talk. All right. I'll start with number 2. Weird position. But
wait, where's 3?
There is a 3, but I want to start with 2 first, because I recently started playing this game this year, but it came out last year, which James probably already knows the game. It's Silent Hill F. And
wait, Silent Hill F came out in 2024?
No, 5.
Oh no, your 3 came out in 2024.
I mean 2025. I thought you 2026.
Yeah, the game.
Yeah, we're in 2026, buddy.
I started playing the game now.
Oh wait,
but
I
the
get what
game
you're
came out
saying.
2025.
Oh, you just literally started playing it in 2026.
Yes,
yes. Okay. I thought you meant that you started playing in 2025 and it came out in 2024. Okay, understood. Got it.
Yeah. I never. Okay. All right. Anyway, so Silent Hill F. I love the game so far. I can definitely say that it's definitely not a Silent Hill game, but for what it is, especially when it comes to the sound design, which I don't recall if that game won Best Sound Design at the Game Awards, and if it didn't, then that's a huge crime against humanity.
No, it didn't. It was Battlefield that won.
Yeah,
but it was a nominee.
Yeah, that was one you got right, I think, James, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or was that multiplayer you got right? I don't remember. I remember you
picked that one, sound
you
design.
won.
Yeah, it's always those shooting games.
I mean, Battlefield says sound kind of good. I'm not gonna lie about that, because I was definitely in the beta trenches when they're trying to unveil everything. So it was great. It was good. So I feel that was a bit of competition, but with this game in particular, I definitely love the atmosphere that you get thrown into, essentially, and I would say certain characters, I wish they had a bit more part of the story. For example, the mom and the dad. But so far, as what I'm playing so far, but they were only at the beginning of the game, and that's it. You don't see them ever again. One of the small tidbits I like is the journals and stuff. So there's a part of the journal where you can look at the biography of each character and stuff. And if you look at it, and they have art to them. So they have this really cool anime-like art, or I don't know who did the drawings for them. Honestly, I'm willing to theorize that was probably concept art, and they just slap that shit in there just because. They probably look at the concept art and they're like, okay, let's refine it a little bit and throw it in there, and that's it. But other than that, game's not scary at all. I mean, I'm not surprised. But I definitely feel really immersed into it. It runs on PC extremely well once you get certain like modifications in there, of course. But it was so far I'm really enjoying it, and apparently there's 5 different endings, which that'll take me like around 40 hours to do, which I have no problem with because that's gonna be shorter than Clear Obscure. So anyway, the third game I got, I'm trying to remember. Crap, I'm skipping third. Going to Clear Obscure X-Men 33. So, everything that
number
Brian
one?
said, yeah, number one
Okay.
is Clear Obscure. So, everything Brian said is straight on the money. For me, coming from a place where I'd love to play any game that's hard, I love to parry almost every single attack in Clear Obscure, which that definitely itches that feeling for me and stuff compared to other games, even compared to other Souls games. And when facing a certain character whose name starts with an S, don't look him up. He is a really fun mother effer to fight. I'll tell you that much. And it sometimes it annoys me because I have people calling me out of nowhere and other people just knocking on my door and stuff while I'm doing this long combo, focusing, and every time that happens, I just get interrupted pretty damn easily and stuff. So, and I hope we get more bosses like that. I mean, there could be something like that in the DLC, of course, but probably. But other than that, I just really love the sheer difficulty of the game, and also with that, the story too. The story, I can't complain much about that, honestly. It's really good, really damn good. Every time I let back on the scenes that I played in the past, it just hits every damn time. So, Clear Obscure, 1 million out of 10. Jennifer English did an amazing job. Ben Starr did an amazing job. Everybody in the cast, everybody did an amazing job. And as for the AI stuff, bro, it was just concept art. It was freaking concept art. And the thing is, when people, the popular thing to do right now is that if you see anybody use a smidgen of AI, they get instant hate just like that. Which that's not the way to do it.
Canceling them.
Yeah, AI is not the way to. Okay, so listen, AI is never going away. At the same time, you can use AI to better your workflow and everything. And I'm going to
It's just a tool.
Yeah, it's just a freaking tool. It's not meant to replace something. It's meant to help you. And the fact that people are attacking them just because there's a certain tool that they don't like that helped them make the game, the hell. And I mean, I'm kind of glad that they were a bit more transparent about like how they're doing the process and stuff. But I don't know. At the same time, I wish that they could have just kept that under the rug. Honestly, I don't know, because it's whatever. Anyway, any other controversies? Oh yeah, popular game to hate. I don't know what's with the whole hating on the popular stuff, on the mainstream stuff. For me, I'm not typically a person that follows mainstream stuff, but I'm never a person that hates on it. Which I don't know why. I think I'm just theorizing maybe, but I'm thinking is because people just want attention. That's it. People just want to rage bait. People want to cause some controversy, I guess, and
it's the blue check marks.
Yeah, just want to make up. Yeah, just want to make up some stuff, and it's ridiculous. Like, I don't understand. Now, unless you have legit criticisms on why you don't like the game, then fine. But people just make up stuff as they go about the game just because it's popular. And in which I'm like, brother, just move on. It's not worth it. I don't know. It's whatever. I know I said I had a third game on the list, but for some other reason I forgot about it.
If you think about it, you can always say it later on.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Go ahead, James.
All right, I'll go with my top 3. Very, very easy. Number 1, Breath of Fire 4, release 2025. Amazing game. Number 2, Final Fantasy Tactics, Evilist Chronicles, amazing. And then number 3, Wind Waker, came out as well. 3 amazing. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna use those. Those all technically did all come out in 2025. Breath of Fire 4 coming out on GOG. Evilist Chronicles, of course, being a remake / remaster, more of a remaster, I guess, with added content. And then Wind Waker coming out on Nintendo Switch Online when the Switch 2 came out. So technically they came out in 2025, but no, those aren't my top 3. My top 3, I am going to start with number 1, right? It's semi-cheating because it's 2 games, but I think one of them is a highlight over the other, and that is Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD2D. 1 and 2 HD2D remake. Those, for what they did with those games, it's amazing. Yes, they're remakes, but they added so much more content to those games that it's pretty much a brand new game. Not only that, like as a Dragon Quest fan, the tie-up that they did at the end of 2 is ridiculous. Like the way they're tying everything together all the way back to Dragon Quest 11, I think it's phenomenal. Like they did an amazing job. People, especially fans who know the lore of Dragon Quest, are hyped. Like Dragon Quest 2, honestly, to me, was one of the weaker Dragon Quest games. It definitely wasn't in the top 5 of Dragon Quest games. Now, I will probably put it, I want to say I probably like it more than Dragon Quest 3, honestly. And Dragon Quest 3 was definitely a top 5. It just because like how they fleshed out each character a lot more. The story itself is fleshed out more. I mean, going back to it, like what I really like is the emphasis on how I don't want to give like spoilers. I'm trying to find a good way to explain it, because basically Dragon Quest 2 takes place years after the first Dragon Quest game, and like even further after Dragon Quest 3. So like they're descendants of the hero. And just the way they tie up and how you can go back, including Dragon Quest 1 HD 2D, where they give you more tie-ins to 3, which is pretty awesome. Like you'll play Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D, and then you might find a character that in the original game of Dragon Quest 1 was not there, but in Dragon Quest 1 HD 2D, they are there and they're descendant of a character from Dragon Quest 3. And then you play Dragon Quest 2, then you can see the descendants of people that you've talked to in 1 and 2, which is pretty awesome. Like they did such a great job with it. Of course, I haven't finished it, but I did spoil myself of the new ending, because the way to get that new ending, I am not gonna do it. I'll say that right now. I am not gonna go ahead and beat a tower on the hardest difficulty, because I do not have the time for that. So I just went ahead and YouTube, and man, the ending blows my mind. I can't wait for Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined, because now I'm even more excited for that, to see how or if, which is what people are speculating, is if they tie Dragon Quest 7, which has really no affiliate for any of the Dragon Quest series, if they tie that game to that original trilogy, or quadrilogy rather. So yeah, that's gonna be my number 1 pick. Definitely worth getting and playing if you haven't. I do recommend playing Dragon Quest 3 first, and then 1 and 2. I do recommend also playing Dragon Quest 11, because like I said, Dragon Quest 2, they do a good job. They do something. So I do definitely recommend playing Dragon Quest 11, because there are some ties into that as well, which is pretty awesome.
And 7 is coming out so soon too.
Yeah, next month.
Yeah.
Next month, less than a month, I guess. Or no, about a month. I think it's like February 4th. I think it is something like that. It's the like first week of February. So I'm excited for that. 7 Reimagine, I'm really excited. I've been watching like some like gameplay, and it just looks so beautiful. Like the characters being dolls. At first, I thought was kind of a dumb concept, but when you see it in action, the diorama backgrounds with the dolls, it looks phenomenal. I'm excited for that. That's a game that I will definitely double dip. I'm just not sure if I'm gonna play it first on PC or Switch 2. I guess it really depends on if the Switch 2 has a heavy blur effect, which I hope it doesn't, but we'll have to wait to see. Number 2, a game that I did not beat as well, and I still gotta go to, but I gotta give it its props. It's Clair Obscur Expedition 33. All the ties to like Lost Odyssey, bringing back like that style, gameplay, and look and feel. Love it. I did get a little bit further, and then I stopped again. And like it's funny. It does something that I feel like games don't do as often anymore. And they're like I guess a lot of people hated it at one point, but they're these cinematic kind of like endings. And I guess Final Fantasy 7 remake did that in Rebirth. But how you get these cinematic endings to like boss battles, which are pretty cool. And I just feel like a lot of games, I don't know, they're just not that cool like that. But I do like it. It does bring back like a retro feel to it. So I like it. Combat, the parry, the blocking, the jumping, and whatever the other thing is where you press the right trigger. I forgot what it's
Dodging.
called.
Oh,
No.
the gradient attack or
Yeah,
whatever.
that one. Yeah, it is kind of cool that it throws you in with all these systems. Which, if you are like, if you can remember and you're continuously playing it, it's easy. But if you stop like I did and get back into it, then you're like, great, what button does what? And that was definitely it took a while to beat the boss that I was at. But eventually, like I finally was like, okay, I remember. I do like, and I don't remember this being in the original, like when it first came out. But now they have all the buttons on the left side, and it tells you what each button does. Was that in the like when it first
Okay.
came out?
I
Was
feel
it?
like it was.
Maybe I just never looked at the bottom left corner. But like I noticed it like whenever I was playing it, and I was like, oh, okay, so all the buttons are here, so I don't have to press each button trying to figure out what it does. But yeah, like I love it. Great game. I love that it's turn based still, and it kind of just shows that you can still be creative with turn based action, and you don't have to go fully action, or hybrid style. And then number 3, I gotta mention this, and I'll keep in mind these are all games I have not yet finished because I've been hopping around. But this one deserves an honorable mention. I won't say number 3. This is more of an honorable mention. And I think it should be on people's radar because I really love the way the combat is in this game as well. And it's Trails of the Sky first chapter. I like the combat system. I think it's pretty cool to start in an action RPG like fighting style, and then you can switch into turn based and then continue the battle there. Like it's very unique. I've never seen anything like that done before, and I do like it. The music's great. Graphically speaking, on the Switch too, looks amazing. Runs at 60 FPS. Is solid. And I think that whole like get up is pretty cool. It being like an older game, it just reminds me of like RPGs of like the 2000s and so forth. So I do like the nostalgia feeling I get playing that game, even though I've never played that game originally when it first came out. So like I do want to give that an honorable mention. But number 3, for real, and I gotta say because I had a lot of fun playing this with you guys, and I thought it was fun streaming, was Mario Kart World. It is a fun game. I enjoy it going back to, and as much as it's different from Mario Kart 8, I think it's still a fun party game and it's still Mario Kart. So I'll say Mario Kart World definitely be my number 3 for sure. Which I did not beat. I didn't unlock everything.
Now it's easier than ever because you can make those character change things spawn as the only thing that spawns. Like you can literally unlock all those characters in probably 5 minutes if you want to.
Oh yeah, it is true. That is true.
Because back in my day when I unlocked everything, I just sit there and keep going through the weapons for like I spent probably like 2 hours trying to get one, like the last skin I had to get or the last character I had to get. I probably spent like 2 hours going because you have to keep going through the weapon boxes over and over and over again, and it's like a 1 in 50 chance you get the Kamek thing to get him to come. And then on top of that, he has to hit the character that you need. And so it's like a real RNG thing. And now you can just make a race and have that be the only weapon that spawns, and you could unlock all the characters super easily that way.
Yeah.
So that's a you problem now, James.
That is a me problem. Honestly, like what would make this game perfect is just have the jukebox there so you can change the song whenever you
Yes.
want. Honestly, like there's such good music in that game. Like I really love the soundtrack. And like I'll go to YouTube and listen to it because it's such a good soundtrack. I really like it. I just wish I can choose what song I'm listening to while I'm playing. I don't know why they don't have that as a feature. Hopefully soon. And bring it to the Nintendo Music app as well because I would definitely
Oh yeah.
have a lot of songs in the playlist on there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's my number 3. Sorry, Sonic fans. I just don't think Crossworlds is it. I don't think it's up to par. Like we played it. It was kind of like, it was all right. Like, it is what it is, but I just don't like the movement of the cars. It just feels like I'm sliding everywhere. It doesn't really feel like I'm driving. And I think that was my biggest like pet peeve when it came to that. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything else that I played in 2025 that came out in 2025. I'm trying to think. Donkey Kong Bonanza, that did come out, and I really did enjoy the game. I didn't finish it. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond also came out, and I'm still finishing that. Oh, you know what? There is another game. I can't believe I forgot about it. And I think this deserves a mention. Pokemon Legends ZA. I I actually really do like that game, and I'm at the end of that game. That I'm at the end of too. I haven't finished it, but I am literally at the end. And I do gotta say, everywhere I've been so far in that game, I've enjoyed. I just don't like the setting. That's the only thing I hate. I hate that it's only in a city. I wish that you had like mountains and like a river area and like a snow area, kind of like Legends Arceus. I wish you had that, but you don't in this game. But I do think it's worth noting that if you are a Pokemon fan or if you want to get into the series, it is a good starting point because the new battle system is really fun. I love that you can go ahead and press like protect, which is um in the older Pokemon games, protect didn't really do much. It just like raised your defense, I think. But now if you're about to get attacked, as they attack you, you press protect, you'll block it, which is pretty cool. It's more well, it's real time, right? But I guess yeah, it's just more real time. And I think that's pretty neat. So that definitely deserves an honorable mention. Um though having DLC not even like a couple weeks after is kind of like that I don't agree with that. That's a bad practice. Oh, another honorable mention.
Oh God, come
Yeah.
on, James. We
I gotta
didn't
have multiple
screw around with
honorable
this.
mention. I need to mention this because I think this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And you guys are probably not gonna expect what I'm about to say. It's not a game, but it came out in 2025, and it's well worth mentioning. It is Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! Being in Dragon Ball Fighters.
You told me about
I
that one
did.
yesterday.
The coolest thing I've ever seen. There is a mod for Yugi to be in Dragon Ball Fighters, and his move setup is it's amazing. It like the guy who did this mod, I don't know, like he deserves a bunch of props because you can use it in online, which is pretty neat. Usually mods only affect what you see, but in this case, you can use that online against like friends. And what they're using as the actual like move sets and stuff is just pretty awesome. Like Yugi has what is it, Berserker Soul as one of his specials, and he has a card drawing mechanic. So Berserker Soul in the Yu-Gi-Oh card game, anytime you draw a monster card, you get to do an attack. So that hit what it is he draws a card, and you can see if it's a monster card on the bottom, like wherever your side is of your like fighting screen. On the bottom, you can see all the cards, and when you draw, you can see if it's a monster card, a magic card, or a trap card. You can draw magic and trap cards, and you can set them on the field. And if they walk into it, it'll activate. So they showed like swords of revealing light will trap like the fighter inside the swords, and then you can attack them. It's a crazy mod. Like the amount of detail they did to it is so good that honestly, yeah, the person deserves a reward. But I gotta mention that. It's not a game, yes, but it's a mod for Dragon Ball Fighters. Looks awesome. If you're a Yu-Gi-Oh fan and a Dragon Ball fan, I think you would love that mod. So definitely take a look at that. All right, that's enough talking from me. Now we're gonna go ahead and talk about our most anticipated game of 2026, or games that we're just excited for. Might be one, might be two, might be many. But we're gonna start off with Brian.
So the one that immediately comes to mind is actually relevant with the Game Awards. Control Resonant or Resonance. I don't remember what is it. I think it's Resonance, isn't it?
Whatever you want it to be.
I'm gonna look. It's Resonant. Yeah, Control Resonant.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed the original Control a lot. I finished it on PC a long time. I can't believe what year did that game come out? 2018.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Control game release date August 27th, 2019. So it's 6 years old at this point, which is just. Wait, what's it say? Control is first released on August 20th for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC. Yeah, August 27th, 2019. I can't believe it's 6 years old already. It really makes you think because I feel like I just finished that game and it came out for half a decade ago. So the trailer that they showed at the Game Awards really spoke my language because I loved the original Control with the gunplay and the cover-based shooting and everything, and it kind of had some Metroidvania-ness to it as well. The government conspiracy stuff of like Control, and there's tons of documents to collect, and the storyline's interesting. And I actually like Control a great deal more than I liked Alan Wake too. So Control Resonant definitely scratches the itch because it's using it looks like it's using strictly melee based combat with like swords and crazy weapons and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and that kind of thing combined with like this open environment, which I'm assuming is New York, I think, outside of the government building, and having to kill the hiss and all that kind of stuff, and you trying to find your sister Jessie, who's the protagonist in the original Control. Very, very cool stuff, very interesting, lots of awesome storyline that could be tread there. Also looking forward to Resident Evil Requiem, that's coming out also very soon. Is that in January or is that February?
February, at the end of February. I think
February?
it's like 23rd
Okay.
or something.
Okay, that looks amazing too. A little concerned about what they're doing with the dual protagonists. I'm hoping that it's just not like what's her name? What's the girl's name?
Grace?
Grace. I hope Grace isn't just super lame and not fun to play, and you're just running away from monsters all the time. And Leon's just kind of like what they did with Resident Evil 6, where like Leon was the only action one that was fun to play, and the rest kind
Yeah.
of sucked. I hope that they do a really good job of balancing what's fun in the new Resident Evil game, as far as they both have their own pros and cons to play as. And then lastly, of course, and this is the one that everybody's going to be buying. Nobody on this podcast, but that's Grand Theft Auto 6. I mean, just the budget that game has, the amount of people working on it that game has, the amount of hype that game has, the provenance of the developer of that game. It's going, when it comes out, it's going to be the most profitable from both a revenue and just straight dollars way product that's ever been released in the history of mankind. As far as movies, television shows, music, whatever, video games, it's going to make the most money ever, and maybe ever again until the next Grand Theft Auto game. So I'm looking forward to that, just because I think it's going to be exceptional, because there's lots of expectations behind it. And Red Dead Redemption 2 was really an exceptional game. And even like the other day, they're tweeting about how there's some secret in Red Dead Redemption 2 that, even though it came out so long ago, nobody picked up on until like a few days ago. And that's just shows how dense. Yeah, it shows how dense Rockstar games can be. And I mean, that game had a huge budget and it had a lot of years behind it. I mean, this game is even more so, because I mean, what's crazy is Grand Theft Auto 5 came out on the PlayStation 3 generation. Now that is crazy to think about, that it came out that long ago, yet it's still relevant today. So just with all that money, all that time, they're going to pump out something, I think, really special. And I'm looking forward to that. So those are probably my three so far for 2026. And forgive me if I've forgotten one that I might have said before.
Yeah, they got all that was the GTA Online money from the shark cards or whatever. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Ash, what's your most anticipated game or games of 2026 so far?
I just have one. That's Resident Evil Requiem. I think that comes out like next month or something.
Yep.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Oh yeah, February 26th, I think.
Mhm.
I think that's when it comes out. So I'm all ready for that. Like I said last time when they showed off the trailer, I'm like, I'm already sold. Let me just buy the game and I'll play from there and see how it goes. And I mean, I feel like, you know, the trailer with Leon was a bit necessary a little bit, mainly because of the chainsaw scene, but that's pretty much it. No more trailers. You done your thing. We got a month left. We're all sold. So I'm ready for this. I can't wait with what's about to unfold with a whole bunch of lore we have to collect for documents and stuff. That's gonna be fun to do. But yeah. I can't think of any other game that I'm like excited for. I could have just missed on some big ones. Maybe Trails of the Sky Part 2, because I know that's coming out.
Oh yeah, that is. You're right.
This year. Yeah, so that one. Trying to think. I really can't think of any other game, because I know. Oh, maybe that one Fire Emblem game, is that coming out this year?
It is. We don't have an exact date, but yes.
Okay, so Fire Emblem, definitely can't wait for that. I think that's about it for me. I just know Requiem because I know that game's coming out next month, and I can't wait for it. It's I wish February can be here by now, you know. So.
All right, fan. What about you?
Oh, my bad. And Pragmata.
And Pragmata. You actually excited about Pragmata?
Yeah. I played the demo and everything. It's fun as hell.
I haven't tried the demo. I should try it.
Yeah, try it, man. It's highly recommend.
All right, what about you, fan?
I've got Crimson Desert, because every time they show trailers on that, the game looked interesting.
It does look cool.
And that comes out like in March.
Yeah.
And then I know they announced like a new Lara Croft Tomb Raider game.
Yep.
That's supposed to come out soon. Like
Legacy
Legacy or something like that.
Atlantis. Yeah. Basically, it's a remake of the first Tomb Raider game.
And then Pragmata was one, but what was there was another one that was similar to that. What was it? Like Saros or something like that?
Oh yeah, the PlayStation one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same people that did Returnal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Housemarque.
And then Wolverine.
Is Wolverine 2026? Did they say that, or is it?
I just know it's coming. I don't know when it exactly is.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's gonna be 2026. I'm just gonna say
you might be right.
I have no idea.
Yeah, you're probably right. I wasn't sure. I feel like Wolverine has been just forever, and it's one of those games I'm like, it'll come out when it comes out. At this point. All right, I got a top few. Like definitely number one. I mentioned already. Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. Super excited for that. Can't wait to dive back into that. Number two, which used to be number one until recently, was Resident Evil Requiem. Super excited for that as well. Like being able to play as Leon again is gonna be pretty fun. And this being what is rumored to be the end of Leon's story, also excited to see where that goes from there. And then number three, Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem should be number one, but I'm just excited to replay Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. I just want to see how they're gonna tie it in. I know Fire Emblem is gonna be a good game, but this is gonna be pretty cool. So yeah, those are like kind of the top three that I'm super excited for. There's a bunch of games I'm already excited for also coming out this year. We have the updates for Super Mario Brothers Wonder, the Yoshi game, which I'm going to pick up for sure. I'm going to definitely get that. What else? There's another game. I just had it in the tip of my tongue and I forgot. New Pokemon game that, if the leaks are true, which I think they are, might be amazing. It might be definitely a fresh breath of air when it comes to Pokemon. And I'm sure there's a bunch of other games. I got to just check my wish list. I've wish list a bunch of games that I'm excited for. But I did, before we move on to some like kind of heated news where we're going to have a discussion, I did want to mention this because it's got me thinking there might be some crazy announcements happening this year as well. There are, let me count real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There are 15 major gaming anniversaries that are coming out this year. Animal Crossing will be having 25 years. Castlevania will be 40 years. Crash Bandicoot would be 30 years. Dragon Quest would be 40 years. Go ahead.
Isn't Metal Gear Solid 2 will be 25 years?
Well, I'm talking about like the franchise in general. Like the
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Animal Crossing 25 years, Castlevania 40 years, Crash Bandicoot 30 years, Dragon Quest 40 years, Halo 25 years, which we do know there's going to be a Halo announcement this year. Microsoft did say they're doing a Halo announcement. We know of Halo. What was it called?
They're doing an announcement besides the Combat Evolved remastered or whatever.
Yes, there's supposed to be an announcement of a new Halo game.
And then like, okay, I don't know if it's called Combat Evolved, but it's
there's Combat Evolve. Wait, no, Combat
Campaign
Reimagined or something like that. What is it?
No, it's Campaign Evolved.
Campaign Evolved. You're right. Okay. Yes, because there's that, and they did tease that they are working on the next Halo game as well. So we have that. Kid Icarus, 40 years. Maybe we'll finally get Kid Icarus Uprising on Switch 2. That'll be pretty cool.
Don't get my hopes up.
Luigi's Mansion, 25 years. Maybe announcement for Luigi's Mansion 4. Like, who knows? This is
Super Monkey Ball.
Metroid, 40 years. I doubt we're gonna get anything Metroid this year, but who knows?
No,
never know. Might get Metroid, which I doubt it, but
2 and
maybe
3.
a sequel to Metroid Dread.
2 and 3, yeah.
Or remake. What about Metroid 1 in the Metroid Dread like style? What do you think?
How about Metroid Prime 2 and 3? Just bring them
There's
out.
that too. That is true.
Never gonna happen though.
This is a big one, which they already started stating there's going to be multiple announcements this year, and that is Persona, which is and its 30 years anniversary.
First is the fitness boxing.
Yes, you have a fitness boxing game where you probably play as Akihiko, or he's like your coach or something like that, and he's teaching you everything. But yeah, there's supposed to be multiple games. Their little teaser trailer they had, people are going crazy because they think it's going to be a Persona 1 remake, which I doubt it. We have Persona 4
Revival.
Yeah, Revival,
Revive.
which should be coming this year.
I bet it'll be
Hopefully.
20. No, I bet it's 2027 at
You think it's
least.
2027?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
hope it's this year.
given that like literal 3 seconds of a dude running through, what's the name of the town? What's it called? Inaba. Yeah, like running through Inaba. I bet it's really not done at all yet.
Man, I don't want to wait another year for that.
Yeah, if it is 2026, I'll be freaking thrilled. Like if that was just kind of like a teaser they showed and it's
Yeah.
actually coming out this fall, I'll be so over
Comes
the
out
moon. But I bet
February.
it's gonna be next year.
Listen, I'm on Brian on this one. It's definitely going to be 2027.
Yeah.
Pikmin 25 years, Pokemon
Mhm.
30 years, Resident Evil 30 years, which I think Requiem is where the best is going to get. Sonic the Hedgehog 35 years, which is probably about time for a new Sonic game. The Legend of Zelda 40 years, which I hope there's a Zelda announcement, but we'll have to wait.
It'll be Triforce Heroes remastered.
Yeah, yeah. Triforce Heroes actually wasn't that bad, I'll say. Like,
No, but it's not Wind Waker. It's not Twilight Princess. It's
not. Yeah, we're not getting those HD 2D remakes ever.
Nope.
Or not HD 2D remakes, those HD remakes.
HD remakes. Yeah.
And then Tomb Raider 30 years, which we already know that the
they're coming out with stuff.
Yeah, the Atlantis thing, Legacy of Atlantis, and then the new Tomb Raider game as well. So yeah, these are some big milestones. I think outside of Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined, hopefully we'll finally see news on Dragon Quest 12 because that was announced like 3 or 4 years ago. It's been a long time. And we still haven't seen anything except for the logo. So I'm very curious to see how development is on that. Yeah. So that is that. GameCube is also 25 years. PS3 is 20 years. Wii is 25 years, and Xbox is 25 years. That makes no sense. How's GameCube 25 years?
Make me feel old, James.
And Wii
is that the goal
years?
of this? Is that the goal of this segment? Is make me feel
you feel
old?
It is. Yes, it is. Can you think about it? Oh man. You know what? Off topic. This was not in the notes. What do you guys feel about the Wii interface, the Wii channels?
I love it.
Oh my god.
It was fine.
Yeah, it was fine.
I liked it.
It was so tranquil.
It was nice that there was music.
Yes. Or like the ambient sound and stuff. Yeah.
It was
like
extremely different compared to other menus and stuff. And I wish they could possibly bring that back, but I guess Nintendo wants to move on to different things, I guess. But I really love the Wii channel. It was just different.
We're just gonna have to go ahead and start mass emailing Nintendo's CEO and just tell him add music to the Switch 2, please. So boring of a UI that I just can't stand it. I have more fun using my Steam Deck because I have the plugin for background music. So it's 3DS. It's the 3DS eShop music from like I forgot what time. But like I have more fun with that because I have that background and all my click sounds are the Wii U menus. So all you hear is Wii U sounds. And I don't know, like the Switch 2 UI is very boring.
That would mess me up. I'll think I'm playing my Wii U on my Steam Deck, man. That's too confusing for my brain.
It's just like between the music and that, it just I don't know, the nostalgia there. Man, I wish Nintendo would go back to that.
I mean, they could do like a nice like mix between like current and like the 3DS menu, how you have like folders and like on the screen and stuff like that.
Yeah, that would be
because you can do folders on the Switch too, but it's like completely.
They're weird folders.
Yeah. It makes no sense going to those folders. Like I just go with whatever's on my main menu, and if it's not there, I just go into the other menu where it shows you your whole game list. I just search there.
Yeah,
because it's just like an extra like 2 steps to find those folders. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Yeah. So outside of that, there's some other great stuff coming out in 2026. Of course, we have the Steam Machine, Steam Controller, and the Steam Frame coming out this year. So brand new gaming hardware, which I am excited for. But there's a lot of worry because the prices of RAM and GPUs and storage are all going up. These past 2-3 months, I forgot when was the last time we mentioned this. It's literally like it feels like every day it's going up by like $1, which is ridiculous. A 1 terabyte storage, I saw the other day was like $140, which is getting ridiculous. Like, why is 1 terabyte $140? Like, it shouldn't be that. I remember buying a terabyte of storage for like, was it like $80, maybe $70?
$8, yeah.
Yeah, and like now it just keeps going up and up, and it just seems like not to stop there. RAM is getting ridiculously expensive. Where you're looking
micro SD
at
cards going up.
Yeah, micro SD cards going up. Which if you didn't get into micro SD Express when you had the chance, missed out because now they're gonna start going up in price. It's
even the
just,
regular like micro SD cards, like a 128 gig used to be like $10 or less.
yeah,
Now they're like $15, $20, $25
yeah, and then it's
for a
just
128 gig micro SD card, which is ridiculous.
Yep. Bryant, mentioned 2 days ago, Asus announced it. All their pricing is going up, so they're
Marco.
Yep. And it's just like, I don't know. What do you guys think is the state of gaming in 2026? Because I feel like this year is probably gonna be a pretty bad year for gaming in terms of like hardware and being able to get that hardware. And do you think developers are even gonna care about that? Like, a lot of people are hoping, oh well, now since developers are gonna notice that people can't get new hardware, they're gonna probably better optimize their games. Which I don't think that's the case. I think they're just not gonna care still and hope that you buy it. What do you guys think is going to go on this year?
I'm very bearish about where gaming is going from a financial situation for the foreseeable future. Something that I was maybe perhaps Pollyannish about the last time we spoke about this was I didn't think that companies were going to try to shepherd people into cloud gaming because it takes a lot of infrastructure, power, money, resources to put up those server farms to do cloud gaming. But now that we're seeing that an RTX 5090 is going to be going for $5,000, and I mean, and that's not even counting the processor, which I'm sure is going to go up in price, your RAM, which famously right now is insanely expensive for a chunk of RAM, your power supplies, your motherboard, all the electronic components of a computer. It's for like a state-of-the-art rig, and even for not a state-of-the-art rig, like just for something serviceable, I bet you wouldn't spend any less than $3,000 to $5,000 when all the parts are put together, and that's unheard of. You could get like I feel like you could put together like a 5060 or 5070 PC with like 32 gigabytes of RAM for, I don't know, $1,500 to $2,000, if that, maybe, if you really knew what you were buying and you got some stuff on sale. And now it's like you're not going any less than $3,000 probably to get something serviceable, and it's pricing people out. And I'm really worried that it's going to just keep going this way. I don't see the reality where stuff is going to get cheaper again. Because even if, let's say, we build 1 million AI factories or whatever, and all the components are made, and all the AI is running, and we have all the factories going, and everything's being produced, all the what do you call it? All the infrastructure is there for AI to control everything, whatever. I don't see the people that are making these components being like, okay, well, now we're at max capacity. We don't need to make any more of these things. Let's make it cheaper for the consumer again. No, they're probably going to jack it up even more because scarcity, and there's this kind of intrinsic thing that these components are supposed to be more expensive and only the really, really rich can buy them. And so that's kind of why I'm really looking forward to seeing how the Steam
Machine.
Steam Machine does. Yeah, I was thinking like the Steam box. The Steam Machine does, because those components are very, what do you call it? Like majority. Like they're not the highest spec, but they're not low spec. I think they said something in an interview that they tried to get all of the components into like the 70th percentile of what PC users are generally using or something like that. So they're trying to kind of hit this sweet spot of being affordable, but also being capable. And it'll be very interesting to see kind of where that goes, because I'll tell you right now, the only reason I don't sell my Windows PC I have a 4090 is because of the fact that the equivalent of SteamOS just can't hit that as far as power goes. But if they made a way of like hooking up my 4090 as an external GPU, or they released a more powerful Steam machine with a equivalent 4090 GPU, or even like a 4080, I would highly consider selling my Windows PC, because I'm so tired of the bloat that's involved with Windows PCs when I have no interest in doing anything on it except gaming. And that's kind of what makes the Steam Deck such a nice proposition, is that it's affordable and it's very capable for gaming. And if they did a Steam machine that was similar, that was relatively inexpensive and capable, why would I keep a Windows computer around if I don't use that for productivity? Windows is not, it's just not efficient, or it's not minimalist for if you're just going to game on it. So I'm very foreboding about kind of what's going to happen to this pricing and what it means for gamers in the future. Because if people aren't buying this stuff, then what's the alternative? The game companies just say, "Oh well, I guess we're going to sell less." No, they're going to try to make it find a way to be affordable. What does that mean? xCloud. What does that mean? Remote play. What does that mean? PS Portal, how you can play the games you own over the cloud and stuff like that. Like it's concerning. It's very concerning. And I'm with you, James, and I think we've kind of talked about this where it doesn't say a lot.
Yeah. It's it is sad to really like look at that, and unfortunately companies, they don't care about the consumer. They only care about their pockets, right? And it's just sad, like this hobby that we all love and we enjoy, and now it looks like they're trying to price everybody out of it. It's just, especially when you look at like the PC gaming market, it just seems ridiculous. Like you mentioned with Valve and kind of their push to Linux, I think is a step in the right direction. But a lot of people have to just like stop buying. I feel like the only way they're gonna really stop and push back is they really have to stop leaning into the subscription services. Uh, B, stop leaning into Windows and start using more Linux. Like Bazite, you just mentioned like something equivalent to a 4090. Bazite with a 9070 XT was actually ran. Gamers Nexus did a video. I don't know if you ever watch his videos, but Gamer
No.
Nexus did a video on it running Bazite, which is basically a version of SteamOS. While it's not official by Steam, it's like a modified version. So like a lot of people use it for like ROG Ally X, Windows PCs to kind of just put SteamOS on it. But he did a bunch of comparisons, and like he says that like 9070 XT was, on Linux was beating out the 5080, which is pretty impressive. There. Definitely watch that video. Now they're not like apples to apples comparison because he was comparing the 5080 on Linux versus the 9070 XT on Linux, and Nvidia really doesn't have that great of drivers on Linux, where AMD's drivers are open source, so there are also a lot of fixes you can do to fix that stuff. But yeah, he was giving it praise. And there's a little bit of stuff you have to kind of set up, so it's not at the plug and play type of setup like Windows is, even though Windows, still a couple of things you got to set up, but it's getting there. And I think hopefully whenever Valve officially announces SteamOS for any PC, I hope that it's a popular solution and a lot of people switch to that. Like I really wanted a 9070 XT. I just, didn't have the money to buy it when it was on sale, which got me upset. But I really want that instead of the 5070. So I can kind of use, like you said, I really only use this for streaming and for gaming while I'm streaming. Because if I'm not using my PC, which is, excuse me, a lot, I'm playing my Switch 2 or my Steam Deck or my ROG Ally X. Like, that's really where I do the majority of my gaming. If I'm PC gaming, it's on handheld. It's not even on this setup because, like you said, I don't like Windows. I don't like Windows on the ROG Ally X. Yeah, they had the new handheld mode, which I've been testing out, but even then, it's buggy and it's not as like as seamless and instant as the SteamOS menu is in the like big picture mode. So it's kind of whatever. Like Linux is just better overall for gaming. Ash
Plus
fan.
overhead.
Yeah, less overhead a lot. Yeah, and then plus there's less bloat, so it just runs better. Even though it tries to do a better job, resources are definitely a little bit lower, but not by much. Ash fan, what are you guys' thoughts on this?
I mean, it sucks. I mean, I kind of seen this like about around 3 to 4 weeks ago, unfortunately, about this whole thing because I guess a lot of companies, national or international, just don't want you to own anything, and they want to milk and dime you every second they get, essentially. And I think literally the best option for gamers at this point is that the biggest thing is that, hey, we want to get we want to build our PCs and get the latest stuff because the latest games are coming out. But at this point, I think as consumers, we need to say no to new games for now and just simply go back to our backlogs and go through all of our catalog and what we missed out when it comes to retro gaming and other games that came out like prior to like 2025 and stuff, and go from there simply because hardware is not going to just easily die out like that. If you already have something and you wanted to upgrade solely because you're trying to prep for new games coming out, I think it's a better time than ever just maybe you should hold off on your upgrades and just use what you have right now to play the older games. Because if you go back and play like way older games, you're gonna realize like how well more optimized those games were compared to the newer games coming out. Essentially, the other thing too, I might be seeing a lot as well is a huge boom in emulation. Because when I mention retro gaming, I'm talking about. I mean, it's funny. I think we had this talk about this during 2025, but James, I think you said that the GameCube is now considered retro, or was it the
Mhm.
Wii, Nintendo Wii?
The Wii is now considered retro.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. But
20 years
I would
old,
s-
man.
yeah, it's crazy. But like, the thing is too is that I feel like once a lot of consumers, if they start doing a lot of emulation, that's when a whole bunch of companies that normally don't care about if there's an emulator version of it, they're gonna go after and strike those down, because now it's actually going after their pockets when it comes to the services that they offer. Like a good example is PlayStation, right? Because I think with PlayStation Plus, they allowed you to actually download certain PS1, PS2,
Mhm.
Classic, and some PS3 games and stuff. But if you have DuckStation, which is PS1, PSX2, which is PS2, or PS3 or PS3, which is PS3, and then dare I say it, should have PS4 if you just want to play just Bloodborne on it, then those are potential threats to Sony if Sony decides to be like, hey, for the PS6, there's no PS6. Everything you're gonna play from now on is gonna be on the cloud or something like that, you know? So it's one of those things where consumers really need to remind companies on who really controls the market at this point. And they also need to learn how to say no to hot and trendy stuff. Because a lot of people want to hop on the next thing and stuff. And I feel like it's time to slow down and just look back on what you already have and then go from there. And when it comes to video games, there's so many games you can play. Go back, look at stuff that you haven't seen before. Look at certain games that people slept on. I highly employ anybody to do that, whether it's gaming, books, or anything. I promise it'll be well worth it. And then once this whole thing is over, then you're gonna look back on yourself and be like, damn, I really messed up so much when
I'm pretty sure we
it
can
comes to games and
each
stuff.
mention at least one game that not one of us has played. Like Lost
Yeah,
Odyssey,
yeah, 1 million
none of you
percent.
guys
Yeah,
have played Lost Odyssey, right?
yeah, I
Nope.
tried it.
See?
I tried it. I
Hmm.
tried it back then, but I forgot about it until now,
Mhm.
until I got it on Xenia, which
Mhm.
I did buy the game digitally, so that way I can legally play it on the Xenia emulator, essentially. But now it's just the problem is, are you able to download Lost Odyssey onto a Xbox Series S and X? Are
Mhm.
you able to do
Yes.
that?
Yeah, you
Okay,
can.
perfect. Okay, so but now we're running into another problem is that like with the Xbox Series X, S and X, they might get another price hike due
Yeah.
to the RAM and stuff. So even if you want to play in retro game onto the newest console, if you don't or already don't have the console, then what the hell at this point, right?
Yeah.
You're better off either getting yourself a 360, which I think you can find one pretty easily. I think I haven't did research on it. But let's say you can't, then there's a Xenia emulator you can use. You know, so yeah, for me, it's just it sucks a lot. I really hope this AI stuff just like blows over essentially. And the best way gamers right now can, go through this ridiculousness is to just don't buy the latest crap anymore. Just go back and to be fine with the hardware you already have. And if you don't have hardware yet, then I would suggest to reach out to your friends. Like for example, for me, I have plenty of parts in my closet and stuff. Which surprisingly, I do have 32 gigabytes a pair of RAM in there. So if a friend wanted to buy some RAM off of me, I would definitely give him RAM at a actually below MSRP price for today and stuff. So like, reach out to your friends, see what they got, and try and come up with a list of parts together and use that PC for now, essentially. And it
Mhm.
doesn't have to be the latest stuff. There's plenty of videos out on how to properly optimize the latest games coming out and everything. For example, earlier I was talking about Silent Hill F and stuff, and I was looking at some videos, especially with Digital Foundry, on how the way Konami was utilizing Unreal Engine 5, that they were not doing the full shaders compilation, but with the engine.ini file, you can actually modify the settings to where you can actually use multi-threaded shader compilation, so that way it's not as jittery or stuttery when you're playing the game in your first run and stuff. So it's that's one of many examples you can do. Luckily, with PC gaming, you can actually modify the way how you want to play the game. Where with consoles, it's either you take it or leave it, unless we do some updates like for example, Persona 3 Reload on Switch 2, right? So yeah, it just people need to be more people just need to just take a step back, maybe don't spend as much money like as much, and just go back and just play go back to your catalog and just finish some stuff, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people, I'm just gonna say me and James are huge criminals when it comes to huge video game backlogs. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people that are watching this or people who are not watching it probably has huge backlogs too. So I think it's a good time for you to go back to that, you know? So, yeah. But that's my whole thing with that. Yeah.
I agree. What about you, Fan?
I mean, everyone already I agree with a lot of the stuff everyone already said. But yeah, it's just, we're in a weird spot. The world's gonna be weird for the next couple years, to be honest.
Yeah. Very true. Very true. Are you gonna get a Steam machine?
No, because that wasn't on my priority.
Okay.
I would get the controller over the Steam machine at the moment.
Yeah, same here. I'm really thieving for that controller, man. It looks so good.
Because my computer already handles like the Steam games already on its own, so I have no need for it at the moment. I mean, maybe in the future I'll get one for like the living room where I can kind of just go back and forth whenever I want.
What if the Steam machine just comes out at like $600?
Same, still. I'd get the controller first.
Okay.
Yep. I'd get the controller first, save up money, probably get the Steam frame, use the glasses for a while, and then, once things die down a little bit, even more, then maybe I'll get a Steam machine later.
Gotcha. So it looks like me and you, Bryant, we're the only ones getting the Steam machine day one. I think so, right?
Yeah, no, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
So it looks like only me.
I'm gonna say it kind of depends on a couple things: finances, logistics, stuff like that. We'll see what I am very enthusiastic about it. I do think it looks great, but it's just kind of figuring out where it fits in my life, and we'll go from there. But guys, I actually had to jet a little early. I got a thing that kind of just came up that I got to take care of, so I'm heading out early. So I apologize.
Yeah, no problem, man. Have a good one.
We'll catch you next time.
All right, later.
Yeah, I think like honestly when it comes to that, like when we think about the future and where we're gonna be at pricing, like the Steam machine might be just the best way to get into PC gaming if it's priced right. Like Brian mentioned, like, you're looking at $3,000, probably bare minimum, to get a decent gaming PC, but the Steam machine is priced at $700. That's probably going to be a lot of people's entry way into PC gaming, and probably a lot of people's priority, or not priority, but like main way of playing PC games for a long time until these prices get stabilized and hopefully the AI bubble pops and things go back to normal. But at the same time, like I don't know, I'm a little bit more fearful for PC gaming. Like I think if anything, PC gaming is going to take a bigger hit than anything else, because with PC gaming, you're putting the parts together yourself, right? So you're not a company buying RAM in bulk, getting discounted prices, etc., or buying orders ahead of time. You're kind of just like in real time buying stuff, and it's like whatever the market is for, let's say, RAM, that's what you're going with. Where Nintendo, for example, they can go ahead and they could have had a purchase order already in contract for like a year or two for Switch 2s or whatever the case might be. And it's like, okay, you're going to supply this RAM at this price point. Therefore, they can continuously get this RAM at set price point. So they don't really have to touch their pricing. Though they did announce that there might be, and they announced it to the investors, that there might be a change in pricing in terms of how much margin they make because of the prices of like RAM and stuff like that. So they did announce that. Doesn't mean they're not affected, but they said as of right now they weren't going to pass that cost on to the consumer yet. So great on there. We don't know how it's going to go with PlayStation or Xbox. Xbox more than likely will probably just price the Series X to like $1,000 or something, because I don't know, they don't have any common sense. But yeah, I'm interested to see how it's gonna go, and it's definitely going to make me I'm gonna put it a little bit more cautious on where I buy games on what platform, because not knowing how games are gonna be, it might be like I buy almost everything on the Switch too. Like we'll see, because I still have the Steam Deck and the ROG Ally X, so I can definitely do a lot of gaming on there. And like I said, my gaming PC can handle a lot of stuff, but I don't really like using the gaming PC unless it's like, streaming and stuff like that. And it's mainly because my GPU fans are super loud. I don't know why they're that loud, but they're loud. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything that we had for the podcast today. Was there any other like kind of last thoughts anybody want to mention?
No.
I mean, just like I said
Not
before,
particular.
just I think a lot of people just need to just go back and just go back for your catalog, because I'm pretty sure most of us have a huge catalog, and just
Yeah.
optimize for what you already have. I think most people are still running 2060s as for the average gamer,
Yeah.
or maybe not even 2060s, probably 3060s, and those cards by themselves should be already good enough for even newer games coming out and
Yeah.
stuff. Actually, no. Yes, 100%, because like the recommendation for gaming, no, the recommend requirements for like certain games are still asking for like 2060s and stuff, which is awesome. That card came out, or the 20 series card came out. Man, I don't know how long ago, but it's been a while.
Well, it depends on the
So
game. Like Monster Hunter Wilds, it couldn't even run on 360 Ti. So
yeah, well,
like,
that's mainly because they don't know how to properly optimize.
yeah,
Especially if it's in the RE engine. They're doing RE engine for that one, right?
yeah,
I feel
RE
like RE
yeah.
engine. I feel like RE engine, from what I've seen so far, is that it's only good when it comes to like linear type, like closed space games and stuff. Like Pragmata, for example, you're gonna be surprised how well that game runs on your system, because that game is also in RE engine, but it runs like above 100 FPS. Even if you throw freaking ray tracing in there. So
Yeah.
but like, it's devs really need to start focusing more on just better optimization for stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's not just for PC. I've like even seen some stuff for PlayStation. How in the hell is some of y'all are getting lower FPS on a on a PS5 Pro
Yeah.
compared to, like, that makes no sense. So I'm like, so
Both Konami games, both I think it was Metal Gear Solid and Silent Hill F.
Yeah, that is sad. That is
worse on the
that
PS5
is sad,
Pro.
and it's not on that's not the PS5 Pro's fault. That's definitely there's definitely there needs to be changes when it comes to, like, when it comes to the developer cycles and shit, because
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
ridiculous. So, but yeah.
All right. Anything for you, fan?
Nope, I'm good, man.
You're good? Gotcha. Well, we're going to go ahead and end the podcast here. I appreciate everybody for joining. As always, don't forget that like and subscribe button. Follow over on Twitch. We'll be back next Sunday. And of course, like I mentioned, every Friday I'll be doing a solo stream. Don't know when we'll get back to the group stream. We'll have to see. Maybe sooner rather than later, but we'll see what we'll have available. I'll be back with Metroid Prime 4. Hopefully finishing it on the next stream, so we can have a deeper talk. Me and Brian will probably talk more about it and kind of give like our thoughts on it, because so far I know where I'm at. I'm still enjoying it. No, Brian was kind of let down by it, but we'll see how I feel by the time I get to the end of the game. Ash, we're gonna catch you at.
You can catch me at Astro Shrum on YouTube and everything.
What about you, fan?
You can catch me at Phaneckswhy at all the socials.
And as always, catch me right here. Be on the lookout. I'll be getting back to my video making groove. I have something that fan actually lent me. I'll be doing an unboxing there. So I'll have a short, and then I'll have a more deeper talk into how I feel about that product. So stay tuned if you want to know what it is. Should be, if not this week, next week, the video will be up for that. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thank you, fan. Thank you, Ash. And we'll catch you guys next time.